The Building Healthy Academic Communities Summit held in April 2013 was the first time that I've integrated social media with traditional media. The purpose of the summit was to promote academic health and wellness programs within universities and other academic institutions. This included individuals, professionals who were devoted to faculty and staff health, the student life, health, and wellness programs, academic medical centers, and medical innovations. In order to entice these people to come to this conference, this was the first summit we had ever had on this, and we wanted to make it national. We actually did a mixture of advertising and some social media, with the social media leading up closer to the event. And it was a resounding success. We ended up with 300 participants and over 91, 92 institutions from throughout the United States. So I think that our approach was definitely the best one given the circumstances of it being an initial offering. And we actually used a lot of social media in the follow-up to the summit with the participants who were involved, as well as those who had indicated they wanted to attend but couldn't make it. A communication strategy needed to be put in place, and that social media would be part of that communication strategy, which included developing the audience, the strategic objectives, a timeline of how we were going to promote this summit, and then, of course, who would take care of certain parts of promoting the summit. And then as we got closer to the event, I worked very closely with university communication, especially those in media relations, as well as interactive media, to make sure that we were doing some things on Facebook and on Twitter that would engage the folks who were there at the summit, as well as those who may be participating outside of those attending. And that led to some interesting approaches. We started with a Facebook event page and outlined a few items, a few plenary speakers, some highlights of the summit. And we also made sure that we had a Twitter account with a hashtag. We used an acronym for the summit, so it was BHAC. And that way, by promoting that at the summit, we were able to get a good amount of participation from those who attended. Some of the social media approaches that we used during the event were the Facebook event page. That way individuals could upload photos, and then we also could highlight some of the things in the summit that we thought were important, such as the plenary speakers. And then for the Twitter account, we used a hashtag BHAC in which individuals could participate. And then after the conference, in order to promote what had happened, I ended up using Storify, and I got a tutorial from a colleague at the university, and that worked really well. I actually enjoyed that quite a bit. I highly recommend it as a way to capture the excitement of the event, and we ended up using some of that in our magazine in the following autumn. So, using the traditional media to support the social media and vice versa, I think was a really good approach. We ended up doing a lot of tweeting during the event, and given the limited number of staff, we actually had 3 staff who were doing the tweeting. We ended up divvying up the breakout sessions, and then a couple of us would tweet during the plenary session, and I think that worked out really well. We had a university communication staff person who would blog during the event and had access to the website to add the daily blog. I mean, she ended up blogging 2 or 3 times a day during the summit, and then we also tweeted, and that way I think that really involves the conference goers, and it also alerts us to something that is either not going well or going well. And another advantage is that I was able to allow my other conference planners to see exactly what types of items were really resonating with the conference goers. And we could even do something as simple as close the blinds if somebody wanted the blinds closed as the summit was going on. So it really did serve multiple purposes. We actually kept things very consistent in terms of messaging. I'd already outlined the messaging in the strategic plan and what we really wanted to promote. For example, we wanted to promote Ohio State as a thought leader in terms of academic health and wellness, given our goal to become the healthiest university on the globe. And so that was very much part of the types of traditional advertising and social media messaging that we ended up doing during the summit. And so that was definitely something that we had outlined originally in the strategic plan and reinforced throughout the promotions and during the summit. Another thing is that we used a lot of the materials collected during the summit for post-event types of celebrations and continued marketing. So, for example, we actually used some of the Storify, or the comments I collected from Storify, the tweets, in our Transformations magazine to highlight some of the excitement. For example, one of the comments was. There's something very powerful about being in a room of like-minded people sharing ideas and goals. And another person said, behaviors are the number one killers of Americans. How do we work to help individuals change their behaviors? And then another person said, the BHAC summit I attended showed you must get 10K steps for the health benefit. 8K only gives about 50% of the benefits. Get stepping. So as you can tell, a lot of people were commenting, making relevant comments about the summit. And we were able to use that and the photos and the videos in various different media outlets post-summit. Some of the approaches that I would do differently now that I've been through the first summit is that I would start with the social media promotions a lot earlier. I would look for influencers in the area of academic health and wellness and do more cross-marketing than we did. We actually did use a lot of cross-marketing with some of the plenary speakers with mixed results. Some of the plenary speakers did include that information in their own social media outlets, some didn't. Another thing that we used, the Facebook event page, I think resulted in some middling success because we really couldn't market it directly as a Facebook page because it was a numbered. I couldn't customize the URL, so we ended up using the go.osu.edu URL service to make something that was more manageable for participants. Another thing that I think that we should have used is the Facebook event page for one of our wellness challenges. I think it would have been better to get individuals' votes for, or even the actual entries for the wellness challenge during the summit. I think that would have added more excitement and more real-time, real-time types of responses and added to the excitement of the summit. And then finally, this is a minor point, but when I did Storify, I used my own username, and I would have put together an organizational name for the Storify account. For the most part, I've been really excited about this entire approach. I think it's completely revolutionizing how we do events, and I continue to do more of it.